Hello and welcome to r/Ella. My name is Ella and today I'm going to be reading you Reddit stories that are guaranteed to make you feel better about your own life. And today I'm joined by my boyfriend Mario, who actually introduced me to Reddit, but not the same subreddits that we're going to be looking at today.
I showed it the darker side of the internet. Subscribe to our Patreon for the extra content.
Alright, that doesn't exist. Why would it be on Patreon? It's on Reddit, sick. The first story is coming from Am I the Asshole subreddit, and it's titled, Am I the asshole for saying, if my wife wants to be a trad wife, she must always look her best, wait on me, and provide sex without question when asked?
This is fake. Yeah. Who expects that from their wife?
Okay, listen. I'm 35 and my wife is 40. We've been together for 15 years. The last couple of years, she's really fell down the trad wife black hole and it's driving me crazy. At first, it started off with her saying she doesn't want to work anymore, and lately it has escalated to her saying men who make their wives work are abusive. We both have well-paid jobs. I'm a self-employed builder with a team and earn around 100k a year. She worked in management for the NHS and earns around 50k a year. We both work really hard and have no kids, and 3 years ago managed to pay off our mortgage and live in a nice enough area where I could have happily stayed forever. She, however, suddenly wanted a massive house that we didn't need. I should have saw what was coming. She was looking at 700k houses, which would require a mortgage of 500k after we sold our house. I gave in and we bought a house. She then wanted a new car, which again I caved to, and she got a car that is worth more than what she earns a year. She then decided she didn't want to work anymore. She said her job was crap, and I said take a lower paid one then, and you'll enjoy that more. And she said no. She said she just doesn't want to work, full stop. She doesn't want to give up anything she has. Over the past couple of years, it has been obvious she is trying to lose her job without leaving, despite me saying that I can't afford the house and car and holidays on my own. She started bringing this trad wife crap up, but said she'd want to hire a cleaner as the house is too big for her to clean alone, and she prefers my cooking to hers. So I'll still do all the cooking. So I said, you basically want to dress up pretty and bake the odd cake. She stormed off and said, I don't get it. She again brought it up yesterday. I said, fine, she can do it, but she's got to get up before me and make sure my breakfast is ready, like in the videos she watches. She's got to be dressed as a sexy version of a 50s housewife, like in the videos she watches. From the moment I open my eyes to the moment I close them. The house must be spotless at all times, like in the videos she watches. I want huge packed lunches for work, like in the videos she watches. I want to come home and have beautiful pies and cakes ready for pudding, like in the videos she watches. I want a bath ran for me when I get in, and then come down to a proper meal every night, like in the videos she watches. I then want a foot rub while I eat the cake and pies she makes, like in the videos she watches. I also want sex on demand. How I want it, when I want it, like in the videos she watches.
What does she watch?
That's what I was thinking. What the fuck is she watching? No, because on the TikToks, right, it's like, it is these women with like beautiful houses and they're dressed perfectly all the time and they're always making something from scratch, but like they're not fucking in the videos. Like they're not having sex in the videos. I don't know why he was like, and sex like in the videos she watches. What fucking videos is she watching?
Porn is evil anyway.
She called me abusive, a user, a sexist, etc., and stormed out to her equally delusional sister's house. Don't get me started on her. I'll be honest, I'm ready for divorce if this carries on. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, you don't think so? You don't think he's the asshole?
Number one, she's not satisfied with her life, and he is. Obviously, they have different goals in life. he wants to be peaceful and be satisfied in life. But she's dragging him into wanting more and more. And she will never stop this. Once they do get a 700k house and a nice car.
They already have it.
Yeah. Next, she'll be like, I want a 7 million house. And next, she will want to be the president of the United States of America. And it will keep growing.
Hey, that plan worked out for some people, I was saying.
Yeah, but that's not what his goal is. He should honestly go to the monk, become a monk. He should, and fine. No, it doesn't matter if he's the asshole or not, because he will not care about the outside world anymore.
Right. I think he is an asshole.
Okay, explain yourself.
Okay, so I'm not saying he is the asshole, but I do think he's an asshole for lumping sex in with all the other household chores. I think that even just saying that, like, I know he doesn't actually want her to do that, but the fact that he has put that in the same realm as chores she's doing for him, when I want, how I want, on demand. He said on demand. I think
I was sleeping on that part.
I think that the fact that he lumps those things together makes me think that he sees sex as something she does for him, a chore that she completes for him, and not something that they do together as a couple because they like love each other, which I'm sure is indicative of other things. And I just, that just sat gross with me, really gross. But I do think that what she wants is obviously absolutely delusional and insane. The fact that she just decided, like, no, you'll just be the only one that works now for all of this stuff that I put you in debt for, is insane. And at the end, he mentions wanting divorce, but if he wants a divorce, he's got to do it, like, now. Otherwise, he's going to have to pay, she's going to quit her job, they're going to get divorced, and he's going to have to pay her spousal support.
Why was that?
Spousal support, when you get divorced and the other person doesn't have enough money to fund their own lives, you as their ex-husband or ex-wife have to pay them to live
Forever?
I don't know if it's forever.
Nah, it has to be a couple of years.
I think it's a long time. I mean, maybe till they get married again.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Yeah, it's obviously good. Obviously going to be hard because each situation is different and each lawyer is different.
I think that he needs to, if he wants to divorce her, he has to do it while she still has a 50k a year job. Because at that
I thought she's already left it.
No, she hasn't left it. She's trying to lose it.
Yeah, he has to do it now.
Should we look at some of the comments? Okay, the top comment says, "Get the divorce, mate. It'll be cheaper and less stressful than dealing with a crazy wife every minute of the day and night. It's not about the trad wife lifestyle. She simply doesn't want to work. She merely wants to sit on her backside, enjoy the things that she has badgered you into."
Why are you reading that as if it's an evil guy?
It just felt like it. I'm not reading it like it's an evil guy. It's just an interesting voice. "It won't get any better either. What will it be next? Vacations on the French Riviera? A bigger, nicer, more expensive car? The list goes on and..."
True. I see. Conquered the world next.
OOP says, "I am leaning this way, mate. I think a divorce is more likely than anything else at the moment. Luckily, she's afraid of flying, so I've managed to avoid expensive holidays apart from the odd Eurostar trip to Paris. She's makes me feel like a £10 millionaire, though trying to be something we aren't. I know we are better off than most, but we don't earn footballers' money, which is what I think she aspires to." What if that's what she aspires to? She should keep a job. If she's aspiring to be filthy rich, maybe she should get a job.
We need to hear her side of the story. I think that for every Reddit story.
Yeah, of course. But we can't. We don't know her side of the story. Unless there are like obvious things from the story that show the other person's side. Like there's nothing obvious here. I mean, the fact that she's using the word trad wife, and then I do think like it does say that they have a £700,000 house.
But he said that they already paid off a house, but they now need another 500k mortgage. So they've only paid off 200k.
Yeah. That they had a 200k house, obviously. They paid that mortgage off, living, sitting pretty. 200k house and mortgage paid off is sitting pretty.
How old are they?
I don't know. Oh, it did say, did it? 35. He's 35 and she's 40.
Okay.
But I think they paid off a £200,000 house. They're sitting pretty. And then she's like, no, I want a £700,000 house now. So they've sold that house, got all the money, paid that.
She's 40.
She's 40. What?
According to the National Statistics Database, that's the age for midlife crisis.
Maybe she's having a midlife crisis, yeah. I mean, working as a manager in the NHS sounds like a very, very stressful job.
They just need to have a deep conversation because it seems like he's been given in to her demands within seconds. And we need to know if they've had a conversation.
I think he's leaving her.
Oh, okay. Seems like he never loved her.
Oh. Would you stay with me if I wanted to be a trad wife, demanded a cleaner and a £700,000 house and a new car?
I'd say no, and it's your choice then.
But would you leave me in that circumstance?
No, I'd push you to the point where you have to leave me.
How would you plan on doing that?
Not spending the money on what you want.
You are taking me to a concert today, so I'm not sure about that actually.
It was the cheapest concert I ever seen.
Well, I'm very excited about it.
It was like $30.
It was like $30. And he wouldn't even buy a hotel, so we're driving 2.5 hours there, going to the concert, and because of the traffic, we have to stay there for a few hours, then go to the concert, and then drive 2.5 hours back because he wouldn't buy a hotel for the night.
Financial assassination level 3000.
Okay. Let's see what he says. Sorry, I didn't even get through that comment. I know we are better off than most, but oh, okay, she aspires to be a footballer's wife. Second comment. Bro, that's so rude. Don't do that.
I have to sometimes.
Stop.
I need a drink. Give me that. Give me that tea now.
Why are you sniffing it? Just drink it.
It gives off the scent back into your nose.
Right, shut up. We have an update.
Ooh.
I'd like to answer a few questions from my first post before an update. No, my requests were not serious, and I can't believe how many people thought that they were. It was me trying to prove a point of how ridiculous she is being. What, by saying you want sex on demand, how you want it, when you want it? Like I said in the comments, I don't want a maid or a slave, I want a partner. Before my wife got on this train, she was a very ambitious, career-driven person who wanted to climb to the top. She was never really on social media until the pandemic. The trad wife thing started a couple of years ago. A lot of people suggested couples counselling. I've asked many times and I've always get the same response. I don't need counselling. There is nothing wrong with me. On to the update. We spoke Saturday morning and I told her that I can't go on like this. I said to her bluntly, the trad wife thing is never happening and she either needs to accept it and we can go to couples counselling or we split up.
Well, I'm glad he spoke to her.
I'm don't dancing around.
I'm done.
Well, that's not what it says. I'm done dancing around her bullshit. She chose to split it up. I asked her if she ever really wanted to be a trad wife or if she was just trying to force me away. Like she's trying to force her job to sack her because she doesn't have the balls to quit herself. She said yes, she does, and there's plenty of dating sites that cater to this dynamic. Well, how do you know that already? What woman? You've been married.
Oh, she's obviously probably made a different Reddit account and did the opposite of this story, and she's been planning to dump him for the last year.
Or maybe she's just keeping her eyes open for her options, and if he wasn't willing to do it, she knew that there was other things out there. I told her I'd seen them. Oh, never mind. Have you ever seen this stuff? Have they both seen them? I told her I've seen them and they are more like sugar daddy dynamics. And without being horrible, she's too old for that.
Damn!
Womp womp. This set her off. She said I'm wrong and that I'm the one who can't handle, that can't support my wife. So I'm the bad one in the marriage and a real man would be able to give her the life that she wants. She was shouting and screaming this at the top of her lungs. It's about the only time I've been glad to be in our new house so the neighbours didn't hear. I got a bit petty at the real man comment and said, you can't cook, you can't clean, and you don't have sex. What part of being a trad wife do you offer? Why has he always got to bring sex into it? I then stole a comment from my last post and said she doesn't want to be a trad wife, she wants to be a trophy wife. I mean, he's not too wrong about that part. She doesn't want to do the cooking or the cleaning, and she doesn't want to work. That's not a trad wife.
What does she want to do?
I don't know, maybe she has a passion, I don't know. She just said I'm unbelievable and has gone to her sisters again. I'm going to take the next couple of weeks and start to talk to a divorce lawyer to see what that entails. Then once this ball has got rolling, I'm fucking off to Portugal for a couple of weeks to myself. Bro's rolling in money. What do you mean? Oh, I'm pissed off. I'm going to Portugal for a few weeks.
He's earns 100k, mate.
Yeah, but his house is 700k.
Okay, he's going to sell that probably.
You think?
Yeah. The best thing right now would be if he went to Portugal, found himself a trophy wife and brought her back.
Why? He doesn't want a trophy wife. Just to piss off his ex-wife.
Yes. And then give us a second update and record the wife's reaction.
I didn't know you were that petty. I should have thought about that before. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, the best way is to go to Portugal, become a monk, come back when you don't care.
So basically, your answer is just shut off your emotions.
No.
Yeah.
No, being a monk is monks still experience emotions.
But they just don't care?
No, they watch them and experience them.
Oh.
In a fun way.
I think that you might have some of that bit wrong. But okay, are you ready for the next one?
Next story or next update?
Next story.
Aww.
Are you ready for the next one? Okay. Am I the asshole if I choose to stop sending money once my grandmother passes away?
Money to who?
So I, 32 female, used to live in a poor area somewhere in Asia. My mum died when I was a baby, and my dad, being a very young single dad back then, worked overseas and would send money to my grandmother to support me and my brother, who was 2 years older than me. When I was 17, my dad got me and my brother to move overseas with him, and since me and my brother continually sent money to my grandmother, 75 female, every month to support her everyday needs as thanks for raising us. This agreement went on for 15 years. Now, I have an uncle, 56 male, my grandmother's son and my mother's brother, who was a drug addict for most of his life, has never held a stable job, has been in and out of prison due to drugs, and now has become disabled after a traffic accident and could therefore not be able to work anymore. About 10 years ago, when he got released from prison, him and his partner, 30 female, also unemployed, moved in with my grandmother, and my uncle has so far been clean since. My grandmother takes money out of the allowance that we give her to give to my uncle as his allowance. But whatever, we didn't care. It was her money and she can do with it what she wants. Now, 4 years ago, my uncle's partner got pregnant. We all thought it was very irresponsible of them. But since the baby was born, my grandmother has since been attached to the kid, in brackets, my cousin, and would spend most of her money on him. Me and my brother got no issue with it. Like I said, it's her money. But then I had a call from her the other day and she asked me if my brother and I could continue sending the money to her bank account even after she dies to support my uncle, his partner and their son. Now, life's tough for me at the moment. I live in a first world country, but the cost of living is ridiculously high and we are struggling to make ends meet. I apologized to my grandmother and told her I don't think I can do it because they're not my responsibility, and I also have my own kid on the way. My brother also objected to this plan, and he just got married and wanted to save up for a house and their future kids. My grandmother was upset and said, okay, fine, don't worry about it. I'll find another way to financially support them when I die. I'll make sure everything in my bank account will go to them and I can sell some of my stuff too. And then she hung up on me. I was really firm about it in the phone call, but now I feel like shit. I do feel sorry for my little cousin, but for once, I just want my uncle and his partner to try to find means to make their own money. And I mean legally because of their past. Take responsibility and not have to rely on me or my brother. So, am I the asshole?
Easy. No. It's just teaching the uncle to become independent. It seems like there's nothing stopping him. Did they say he's disabled or anything?
They literally did say he's disabled, yeah.
In what way?
From a traffic accident.
So he can't walk.
Well, it said he's disabled and therefore cannot work.
What about his partner?
She didn't say anything about why his partner couldn't work, but they do have a 3-year-old and he's disabled.
The kid?
No, the dad's disabled. They have a 3-year-old young kid.
Yeah, depends how much money will help.
Stop with the shoe.
Because the government should help a bit.
They're in Asia. They're in Asia. I'm not sure the government will help them in their poor area in Asia. I don't know. I'm not saying that they won't, but I don't know if they have benefits in Asia.
Is he close to them in any way?
It's their uncle. He's their uncle.
And did he live with them when they were raised?
Not from what I've heard. The grandmother raised her and her brother, and the uncle is also the grandmother's child, so I'm sure he was around in some capacity.
Yeah, it depends on his finances. They're saying ends to ends meet, so I feel like, you can't do anything. What do you think?
I think, are you the asshole for not paying him? No. Do I think you're the asshole for the way you're talking about him? Yeah, I do. Because she's mentioned him being on drugs, being in and out of jail, and basically talking about his time in active addiction before he had children, and that his wife was also in active addiction, I'm pretty sure they said. But then downplayed the fact that he's been sober for 10 years. She said he moved in with my
Yeah. I when he said that, I ignored his drug past. If he's been sober all this time, I feel like it doesn't matter.
She literally said he moved in with my grandmother 10 years ago and has been sober so far since. It's been 10 years. So far is like when you're like, it's been a week. You know what I mean with addiction? But 10 years, like, yes, I know you can always fall back into addiction, but she's really downplaying the hard work and how much resistance that he would have had to go through in order to get to the point of 10 years of sobriety. And she's like, yeah, he was on drugs and everything in the past. And he was like in and out of prison. And then he hasn't been to prison in 10 years or done drugs in 10 years. But that doesn't matter because I just want him to take care of himself as a disabled man who was in a traffic accident. No, you're not responsible to pay his bills. You're not responsible to pay anyone's bills, not even your grandmother's if you wanted to stop paying. But you don't need to degrade him and talk him down so much either, and his wife. And just say, I feel sorry for the kid, but they need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps in their poor area that they're in Asia, disabled, and with a toddler. Like, it just feels a bit.
Yeah, it must be hard with them because if they have been getting money, it's obviously hard to not get money anymore.
She also says things like, and my grandma is now like attached to the kid. Of course your grandma's attached to the kid. First of all, it's her grandchild, just like you're her grandchild. And the kid has lived with her since
birth.
Before birth. Like since the woman was pregnant, they've been living at grandma's house. So grandma's been there and now grandma knows I'm going to die and this kid's going to have no way to pay for like living. That's upsetting for grandma. And you're just kind of acting like, I don't know why grandma is like just looking after these people. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. No, I don't think you're the asshole for why you asked are you the asshole, but I do think you're an asshole a little bit. Okay. Oh, there's more. Edit? Are you ready for the edit? I didn't know there was going to be an edit.
Well, let's find out.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for your replies. I've calmed down a bit now and discussed your answers with my husband who agrees. Yes, I agree. I am hurt. I love my grandmother. She was practically my own mother for 17 years, so to have her hang up the phone on me was quite hurtful. Also, for the people who suggested saying I should tell my grandmother I'd send the money but don't do it when she's gone, the issue for me is that she'll obviously tell everyone, and I mean everyone in our extended family about this plan. Not to mention, okay, let me just pause there.
That's crazy idea.
She said because she doesn't want she'll tell everyone. She'll tell those people and they won't prepare themselves for the fact that they will have no money to live.
Yeah, it's better to say the truth at that point.
Yeah, and when I eventually don't send the money, my entire family will make me and my brother the villains. That is villainous to do, that's why. Things are already so tense with them because they seem to think that the money I send my grandmother every month is not enough and I could do better. Okay, yeah. She didn't say the uncle and the auntie extended family. She said about that. If I post photos of me and my husband enjoying ourselves somewhere, my relatives would often talk shit about us being selfish. I know it's easy to say, don't care what other people think, but I don't know. Maybe it's just cultural to respect my elders, or could be just me being too much of a people pleaser. I think those people are stupid and jealous. The people that are like, oh, they've gone on holiday. They should be sending us, their extended family more money.
Yeah.
Okay. Another edit. Sorry, I did not know the term third world country was offensive. I also didn't know that was offensive.
Is it?
I don't.
Oh, it's not. It's fake. It's Reddit.
Okay, that's it. That didn't make her any better to me, that edit. I thought that maybe she'd be like, oh, okay, I realised that I was angry and actually I shouldn't have made them out to be terrible people just because they were in addiction 10 years ago. But no, she doesn't. So, are you ready to move on to the last story?
Yes. Is it gonna be the best one?
Oh, this one pisses me off. This one's kind of satisfying. I don't know. Okay, you ready?
Of course.
Am I the asshole for acting like a maid at my sister's house after she gave birth? My sister, 39 female, just had twins 2 weeks ago via C-section. If you've ever been around someone recovering from a C-section, you know it's basically a major abdominal surgery. She's exhausted, sore, still bleeding, and trying to figure out life with 2 newborns. Her husband, 32 male, has been less helpful. He keeps telling her that since his job is too hard and busy, she needs to handle everything at home. Cleaning, laundry, cooking, and of course taking care of 2 babies. She called me crying one night because she was overwhelmed, so I went to her house the next day. Now, I didn't go to hold babies or play fun aunt. I know my sister. She cannot stand clutter or mess, and her house was stressing her out on top of everything else. So I cleaned, organised, folded laundry, loaded the dishwasher, wiped down counters, vacuumed, and even prepped a couple of meals for her. I told her not to worry about lifting a finger. She cried again, this time from gratitude. She kept saying how much it helped her mental health just to have a clean space while she heals. Here's the problem. Her husband came home and was livid. Not at me, but at her. He accused her of making him look bad because I came over and did everything and he thinks she should be doing it. He literally said, she's the mum, not you. You're just acting like a maid. For the record, my sister didn't even ask me to do all that. I did it because I could see that she needed help. She defended me, told him she's still healing, and reminded him that doctors literally told her not to lift any heavy things or overexert herself yet. He brushed it off and doubled down that she should suck it up because everyone else manages. Now there's a tension in the house. My sister keeps thanking me, but her husband's icy with her and making snide comments like, don't worry, your maid will handle it. I feel awful because the last thing I wanted to do was make anything worse for her. Thoughts?
Is that the end?
Yes.
What a horrible bastard. I think he should have triplets and do it himself.
I think that what's happening here is he knows he should be doing more at home.
Yeah. It's insecurities shining through, yeah.
Not insecurities, because that would be insecurities for you because you're a sweet guy. And you'd be like, shit, I should be doing more at home. I feel bad about myself. Next, I'll do more now, yeah? Whereas he's thinking... He doesn't actually want to do more at home and he doesn't actually care about his wife, but he cares about looking like a good husband. So the fact that his sister was there and seen how much he didn't do made him so upset that he felt like his wife should have been overexerting herself to hide the fact that he wasn't doing more. So what I mean is he felt like his wife should have cleaned the house and made it look sparkling before his sister got there, so that the fact that he didn't do that wasn't seen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And... yeah, he's just about his image. He's just upset that the sister has even seen that. So he's projecting onto them, oh, you're bad because you're acting like a maid. Oh, you're bad because you're not being the perfect mum that you're supposed to be. And he thinks that if he can lay that guilt into those people, they won't actually see through him and see what he hasn't done. Make sense? No? He's trying to make them feel insecure about themselves and make them feel like they did something wrong so that they can't see what he hasn't done.
But I won't do that.
Yeah, it works for a lot of people, especially when it's a one-on-one interpersonal situation.
Yeah, but that's 2-on-1.
Yeah, the sister, that won't work for the sister, but clearly at some point it has worked for the wife. Otherwise, she wouldn't be there having his children.
Sure.
Are you ready for the update?
Yeah, please.
Hi everyone, thanks for all your comments on my original post. A few days have passed and things escalated quickly. The next day after I posted, I packed my sister and the twins and moved them into my house. She's now staying in my master bedroom, so she has space, privacy and an ensuite. I moved into my guest room. Now about her husband. He's a doctor. Which makes it even worse that he's been acting like her C-section recovery is no big deal. So yesterday I went down to the hospital. I told the nurses and the receptionists everything he's been doing and not doing at home. I wasn't screaming or anything, just very loudly sharing stories in places where a lot of people could overhear. Like how Dr. X thinks his wife should scrub floors while she's bleeding from abdominal surgery. Let's just say his co-workers now know he's a lot better at prescribing rest than actually supporting it. After that, I called his mum. For context, she and I are really close. We're basically the same person in different ages. I told her every single detail. What he did, what he hasn't done, what he said and what he hasn't said. Glad to say she's not impressed. And I didn't stop there. With my parents' help, I told the rest of the family, close relatives, extended family, cousins, everybody. I literally spent the whole day calling and updating people about my brother-in-law's behaviour. If he wanted my sister to feel humiliated and unsupported, well, now he gets to feel it too.
That's perfect. And I feel like she had the best day ever, ringing everybody and telling them.
I think that it's definitely perfect because, as I was just saying to you, he cares more about his image. That's what he's upset about in this situation, and that's why he tried to make his wife feel bad. So she's just absolutely ruined his image just by telling the truth about him too. Like, she didn't have, you know what I mean? She ruined his image, fair game, with his with the truth, with the reality of the situation. It just ends with, yes, I know what I did was a total bitch move, but sometimes two negatives make a positive. It even says so in maths. So here's the update I'm sure many of you were waiting for, and I hope I was petty enough for all of you potatoes. We're potatoes now. And that is the end. Okay. The battery on the camera just died. I mean, we have a concert to get to, so this is the blank screen, but we're going to say thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and please come back again to see us. We will be here together on Fridays, and I'll be here on my own on Tuesdays. Goodbye.